Hi everyone, welcome back to another floss tube. My name is Rachel, this is Lemonade Stitching, and today I am showing you everything that is in my project roll. It is December 2024 and my project roll is stuffed to the brim. I could probably fit a few more things in here, but like not much. There is so much in here, it is so packed. And every time I open it, I am like squeezing everything to get it back shut, especially because I just finished like 5 projects. And I thought it would be really fun as a little end of the year treat to kind of go through here, see what's inside, and then I'll be all ready to start FFOing things come January to make room for more finishes. So without further ado, let's jump inside. Okay, I guess to start, I should probably explain what my project roll is. So it's basically just a quilted fabric roll that like rolls up on this little tube, and I keep all of my finished projects in here so that they are kept flat and rolled instead of folded and crumpled up. And it just keeps them safe from the elements, safe from the cat, safe from dust. And I don't know, it's just a nice way to store them. I got mine at Stich-Con this year. I don't remember who created it, but I think I mentioned it in my little like Stich-Con unpack with me video that I made. So I'm basically just gonna go through every project in here, tell you a little about it, and then that's it for today. So right on top, we have my Meloca Designs Stich-Along from 2023. This was a mystery Stich-Along, came out in 6 parts, and it turned out to be this cutie little mandala squirrel. I stitched this with all the called for DMCs on a 14 count pink Ada that I had in stash. I don't know what to do with this guy. He's super fun, super cute. I think he might make a fun project bag or something, because this isn't like the kind of vibe that I would hang up on my wall, but I worked hard on it, so I gotta find something fun to do with him. Next up, I have 2 finishes that I don't think I've shown in a video yet. So these are both by Crocette at Gogo. It's from her monthly series. So I have March, which is fully stitched. It's on 32 count beautiful beige. And this is not the called for colors, but it's just similar. I pulled from stash and it came out super fun. This one was jam-packed with stitching. I don't remember the exact stitch count, but super, super dense. It looks so cute. Then I also have November stitched on the same fabric, 32 count beautiful beige. I think this one was mostly the called for, but I probably had 1 or 2 colors that I had to sub, just based on what I had in stash. Next up, I'm actually gonna use my computer as a backing for this because I didn't grab any kind of board or anything, but I actually have In the Library by Mojo Stitches, and this looks incredible. I have not shown this on a video yet, a floss tube. Well, I guess when this video goes up, I may have shown it, but as of filming this today, nobody's seen it, so I'm finally getting to show it off. And it's stitched on a 42 count weathered stone by Atomic Ranch. And I stitched this 1/2 with the called for Cottage Garden threads, and it is so stunning and beautiful. The colors are different than I expected them to be, but I'm still absolutely obsessed. So this is going to be a framed finish at some point once I find a frame worthy of this project. And I think I'm going to hang it over my papasan chair. I have a dark green papasan chair, and I think this will go really well with the vibe by the bookshelves. Next up, I have the Baldaquin Birdies bonus chart by Modern Folk Embroidery. This is included at the end of the 2025 Modern Folk Embroidery Stich-Along pattern. So I stitched this on 36 count, 36 count something by 5 cobalt, 36 count cobalt by Fiber on a Whim with pearl dinky dyes 1/2. And it's super cute. I don't know what this one will be either. I don't know if this one will get framed or if something more creative will happen with it. So I'm just holding on to it till I decide, but it's a cutie little design. Next up, I have the Fox by Cottage Garden Samplings. This is another fall 2024 finish. I was on a little finishing kick this year, And this is stitched on 40 count Earl Grey by Grace Notes. And it's a little more blue than it's pulling on the camera, but it is the absolute perfect fabric for this, I think. I stitched it with the called for threads, 1/2, and it's stunning. I love how it came out. I never want to stitch a tree again after stitching this. Trees are just not my vibe, which is annoying because I love trees themselves and I love green, but stitching these kind of trees are just not my vibe, I don't think. But that is the Fox by Cottage Garden Samplings. The orange in this is absolutely stunning. I'm obsessed, and I have a whole skein and a half left over, so I'll have to find a good way to use it. Next, we have this, and I don't think I've shown this since I UFO'd it, called it a finish. This is Autumn in the City by Crocette Gogo, and this is a large sampler. However, I decided I don't want to stitch it anymore. So I finished the top, and you can see I started to move down before I changed my mind. So I just picked out like some of the stitches that would be shown depending on how I finish the project. But I left the rest because I imagine they'll be tucked under however the finish is. And I think this would be a fun little drum finish or a flat finish that just gets put up seasonally. So that is Autumn in the City. It's on a 32 count taupe Lugana, 2/2 with DMC floss. And this, yeah, I'm gonna do probably either a drum or a flat finish depending on how I'm feeling next year, but then I can just put it on the mantle or by the coffee bar or something during fall. It'll be a nice little fall piece. Next up, I actually have a piece of my mother's. She doesn't really cross stitch, but she did stitch this in '84. And this is just a gorgeous little sunflower with a butterfly, and it was stitched on oatmeal Aida, and she has her initials on here, which is how I know it was definitely my mom and definitely in '84. And it's super cute. It has like interfacing or stabilizer on the back, so it's not fraying, but I don't know what to do with this. I've had it for years because it was just kind of in our craft supply, so I obviously took it. But I don't know how to finish this. It doesn't have a lot of margin, so I don't know if I could frame it. I also don't even know what size it is. I haven't measured. But also because of the stabilizer, I feel like I could just like put it in a frame by itself and it would be okay. I should try it. I need to measure it first, and then maybe next time I place a custom framing order, I will just tag this onto there. But that is my mama's cross stitch, and it's so cute. Next up, I have a mini finish, and I stitched this fall of 2023, and it's just a little teddy bear in a pumpkin. And he's got a cutie little kitty that I changed a little bit to look more like my cat Sybil. And this was a little kit, like a little old vintage kit. I don't know who did it, but he's so cute. This is originally intended to be like a little hanger finish for the kit. Hence why there's no margin on the bottom. I just stitched this in hand, but I don't know what I'm gonna do with him. Maybe I'll make him into a little ornament or something. I feel like there's just enough where if I did mat board on the back, I could fold it and lace it, like just barely enough. Maybe he'll be an ornament. But he's so cute. Or maybe I'll like fray the edges and do him as like a, I don't know, like a junk journaling type vibe, and I could like stick him onto something. I don't know. There's possibilities. Thankfully fall's over, so I don't have to decide for like 10 more months. Not thankfully, I love fall. I don't want fall to be over, but it is Christmas time, it is winter, and it's time to switch vibes. My Christmas tree went up November 1st this year. Okay, 2 more projects in here. This is Friends by Happy Sloth Patterns, I think, on Etsy. I'm really testing myself today. I did not pull up my Notion to look at the info for all of these, so I'm just going off memory. This is stitched with the called for DMCs on 14 count white Aida 2/1, and I stitched this over the course of a few years, but I finished it, I think this year, I think 2024. I don't know, it took a while. I know I talked about it on FlossTube a couple times, but I think I finished it, oh, I have my initials on it. Yeah, I finished it in 2024. I put my initials on the bottom, and I think this is gonna be a project bag. When I started stitching this, it was gonna be a gift, but then it took me so long and I don't wanna give it as a gift, and I think it's going to be a project bag someday. And it's on a good size piece of fabric, so I have plenty of margin to make the bag bigger than the actual design. My last piece is the Love Bug Sampler by Sprouting Lupine, and I am obsessed with Sprouting Lupine. This is part of, for a second I thought I was showing you the back. This is part of the Love Bug sale hosted by Marjorie Maid back in February 2022, and I finished it the following year in February of 2023, and I actually did a purple conversion. So this is the called for fabric. It is Sprite by Picture This Plus, I think. That sounds right. But it's much more purple than I thought it would be. So when I got the fabric in the mail, I decided to convert all the pink floss to purple. So I went to Michael's, just kind of went on vibes with what would match the fabric, and this is what I came up with. And this is stunning. I think this one will also end up being a project bag eventually. I think I cut a 2 or 3 inch margin on here. I kind of regret cutting it at all, but that's a problem for a different day. It'll just be a small bag, I think, or a panel in a larger bag. So this is the Love Bug Sampler. That went so much faster than I thought it would. My project roll is empty now. It's so sad. Seeing everything one by one, I'm like, oh, there's not that much in there. But then when everything is like stacked on top of each other and I'm trying to roll it up, it feels like there's a ton of stuff in there. But anyway, I hope you guys had a little fun sitting down and seeing what I have in my project roll. I hope everyone is having a happy holiday season. I hope maybe you saw some inspo in there for something you want to stitch. I know I have so many things on my list to stitch over the next year. I'm going to be making a video about that soon because just the possibilities are endless. I have so many things that I want to stitch. But anyway, I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Happy holidays, and I will talk to you guys soon.